I'm at the Elos booth in the Interzoo 2014. I got Nicola, owner of Elos, and he's going to show us about some of the new products they have here.
So Ryan, thanks a lot, first of all, to be here with me. So I'm happy to see you here in the old Europe, okay? This is our, we call it Prima line additive. This is nothing new. Is what we use to make our customer try the Elos brand. I'm not sure it's correct to say, but it's the entrance product to the brand.
Okay, there's 6 steps there?
Yes, 6 different products, let's say.
Okay.
But the concept here is that we have 2 lines. This is the simple, and then we have the expert line. So we have made the Prima line to be easier for the customer. So for instance, we have icons to show in an easy way how to use the products. We have a very short instruction. They can, of course, with a QR code, go on the web and take down the manuals, but it's easier for the shop to offer and easier for the customer to use the product. They don't need to read extensive manuals. And there, so we have, this is the marine range. We have additive for the marine, the classical products like calcium, magnesium, KH buffer, and we have water treatment products like the bacteria, and then we have the freshwater range.
What is the bacteria used for primarily?
You know, we suggest to use not only at the setup. So this is the concept. We think that it's good to keep the tank constantly filled with bacteria. So, you know, bacteria is really the most important part in our tank. And sometimes we don't treat them very well in our tank. We use chemicals that may endanger their life. Of course, some of them are strong, some other are not. So we have put a mix of bacteria inside there just to keep the aquarium populated. Nothing sophisticated, nothing extremely exotic, just the basic, but just to keep the population always wealthy. So we have inside bacteria, and on the expert part, we have some dedicated products under the RD line for the more, let's say, demanding reefer that want really to work specifically. This is a full spectrum product.
All right, and you said you had a more advanced line as well. Is that?
Yes. Well, we call it expert line. So, and we have, for instance, where we have the iodine on the Prima line, which is inside the trace element, we have the expert iodine just to be used drop by drop. 1 drop treat 25 liters of water. So it's very efficient compared to that one that, you know, you dose by milliliter. So there you dose 10 milliliter for 25 liter of water. So you can imagine how concentrate can be the extra iodine, but also the way that the customer must know what they do. There they can do a little mistake. Here they should not do mistake. They must be trained to use the products.
Much more careful with
Exactly, much more careful.
What is the extra vitamin used for?
That is my favorite products because it makes cheap food, and we have a lot of cheap, low quality food, become a little bit better. So this is something. But again, when we feed our fish, we feed our tank. Don't believe that when you feed your fish, you don't feed your corals. The food does not stay in that little angle where you put, but it moves around. And even the fish, when they eat, they don't keep it, but they put it back to the aquarium. So when you feed your aquarium and your fish, not only your fish and not your fish and your aquarium, you have to use high quality products. And our fish food range is really made for that, to feed the fish and to feed correctly the aquarium so that we don't imbalance. Extra vitamin helps a little bit to make more valuable the fish food which are not so good in content of vitamins. And as well, it is a water conditioner for corals, because even corals need vitamins. So we use that to make a better water. I would like to call it a water conditioner, like in the past they were used to call the water conditioner for the fresh water. So this is not extra vitamin, but it's something that makes your water better and make the fish food of our competitors a little bit better.
I know I personally used your SM2 here for quite a while.
That's a good
and
fish food.
the first time I met you, actually, you said you could feed very small amounts and have a healthy tank. I tested that myself and found it to be true. Really small amount and very healthy tank. So
you know that, as I told you, the fish food does not feed your fish. So we are used to over skim, over illuminate, over filter. Why? Because we feed our tank in the wrong way. What we want to do is feed less the fish, then you put inside your tank less things that you don't know what they are. So we can call them organics, maybe polyphosphate, anything that can come, because food is made from raw material coming from nature.
One of the things I liked about it, you pointed out, was the ingredients list. It doesn't have any terrestrial animals.
Yes, you know, I'm used to say fish, apart from some species, are not used to eat cow.
Yeah, beef heart, and some of your competitors have papayas and bananas and all kinds of crazy things.
Oh, there we use raw material made only with fish, and especially, you know, when we get the raw material, and this is very important, you get the raw material from the ocean and it goes on a ship, and but it smells a lot if you leave all that fish there for a long trip. So what they do, they freeze it and then it does not smell, and then they come back to, you know, to the land, and then they put it into the machine and they do whatever they have to do. On this type of raw material, we don't freeze them, but it is immediately transformed into meal on the ship. So it means that you don't have this process of freezing, and so you don't take away the nourishment of the raw materials.
Well, this is fantastic, because most people wouldn't really know that there's this kind of effort going into the food. You just see some fish food on the shelf, you think it's all the same. But
it's
really
not like that. But we have not finished. There is another thing that normally is not done, and it is post-processing. Normally, you pick up this freezed raw material, you put in a big oven, it is an extruder, okay, at high temperature, that kills a lot of nourishment, and then they break it down in small pieces, and they put it into the can. We do about the same process, not the same, but about the same process, but we use raw material that is not freezed. And then after the fish food is ready to be packed, we are not happy. We pick up that fish food and we put it in an under vacuum environment. And there we spray it with omega, for instance, with vitamins. So this is why, if you read on the label, we have a high level of nourishment in our fish food. So an extra processing, when all the other fish food are ready to go on the shelf, we still work a couple of days to make it better.
So when you do that under vacuum, I imagine when you release the vacuum, it's kind of sucked into the center of it?
Yes, that's the way. So you put the fish food under vacuum, you spray it, and then the coating is outside. When you take away the vacuum, all the coating gets sucked in the heart of the bit, and then when you put the fish food into the water, it does not release the oily film, but it takes longer, so the fish can bit. But there is another process also there, quite interesting, because the fish does not see your fish food so easy. So you must find a way, but I don't tell you which is the way, but I tell you that there is a way to make your fish to see your fish food and to make them catch the bit instead of leaving it going into the floor. And we do even that.
So there's a new stand that you have here. Go ahead and tell me all about it.
So, you know, we produce stands since 15 years. And we have seen a lot of things happening to our stand. So the hinges getting rust, and I'm used to say is normal with splashes from salt water, but the customer does not like. We have seen cabinets sucking the water from the floor, and we say it's normal, it's wood. I can use the best wood in the world, and we do, but at the end it is wood, but the customer complains. So here we have tried to make a cabinet that still look the same as our usual style, but is more technical. So we have made a cabinet in aluminum, so not in steel. Normally we are used to produce steel cabinet for big custom projects. Here we have decided to make it in aluminum because it's easier to manage from the customer. It's totally dismantleable, so it is made by separate pieces, the two sides that are separate from the 1, 2, 3 and 4, how do you call it?
Crossbar?
Yes, perfect, crossbar.
Support bar?
Yes, and then you have the back here. So the cabinet is very light to handle and to manage. And it comes flat, so you don't need to deliver like this. It's really flat, and you just build up by yourself, as usual.
Well, for us that's nice because we can ship it.
Exactly, easy to ship, and not so heavy to ship. It has adjustable fit, which is quite important, and I guess this is very innovative. All the panels are sticked by magnet.
Oh, these panels pop off.
These are, we have fixed it here only for the fair because we don't want that the people take away. We have only the one in front, which is open, so you can just put it there and they stick by themselves.
So, but in normal operation in the house, I'd be able to just pop this off and have access to the tank?
Exactly.
So from a user standpoint, that's incredible because it's so nice to be able to access the tank from all that angles. With a standard wood one, that just isn't possible.
It's a little bit more difficult to be done. Of course, we can do even with wood panel. These are not wood panel. It's all plastic for the reason that I told you before, because we don't want to hear our customer complain that the panel gets soaked by water. So, and even more, you can see it's all insulated. So we can see it from the front. This panel has let's say a chamber for insulation, and inside we have a foam so that we reduce the noise and also the humidity, and that's it.
This is the second type of stand I've seen in our market made out of aluminum framing, and I love this trend. So,
and you know, this is pre-assembled aluminum, so it's not just a lot of pieces and a lot of screw.
This looks easy.
It's very easy, and this is very important because when we make something, it must be easy to the final customer. Yes.
Fantastic.
Of course, after I want to speak to you about this, I want to show you in the front. You can see how it is made.
Oh, so this is the foam that you're talking about.
Inside there is the foam, exactly. And here you have the magnet that keep it into position. So you just put it there. You see no hinges, nothing, and that's it.
I gotta try. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you can do perfect like that. That's it.
That
you like it?
Absolutely. I'm really happy.
We call it absolute line.
Absolute line. All right. Yeah. I'm really happy that people are putting effort into the stands here because it's a real common frustration. So
it's a long project. So, and this is a specific demand by Coraview, my distributor in the United States.
Oh, really?
Wanted a cabinet to be really fantastic. And I think we have reached the target.
I think that really your stand now kind of matches the quality of the aquarium.
You're selling. Yes. So. And another very important innovation here is that we have incorporated our light, the Planet Pro, into our aquatop. So this is the aquatop. So it's an aluminum cover with the Planet Pro inside. So you have the possibility to control it from here, of course through Wi-Fi, NFC, whatever you want, or just a normal timer. It has a timer inside, several strips that you can install, the same as the Planet Pro. And it will come in the same size as all our tank. Here at the exhibition, we show it on a system MIDI, on a system 120, on the 80, but we have for the 160, for the XL double version, and the 200, the 100, and 140, every tank. I can show you, yeah.
This looks really sharp, and you know, this is one of those things where in my home, this is a piece of furniture, and it needs to look like it's going to match the other quality of the things in my house. So the attention to detail and aesthetics here, something that not only I'll be happy with, but I know you know, the ladies of the house are happy too. So.
You know, we try to make the tank to be transparent, I call it. I don't want anybody to see apart from the people that want to see it. Even with the Aquatop, we have tried to make something that the people does not see, because it is transparent, small, sleek. And of course, if you want to see, because you are a design guy, your house is with design furniture, then you will see it. But otherwise, look at it. Where is the light?
Yeah,
but it is illuminated.
It looks perfect.
Even this tank has an interesting overflow, a little bit smaller than the one we was used to have. So we have worked even at the overflow to make it smaller, less obtrusive. It is still inside overflow because we think it's the best way, but we have made it smaller. Excellent. You can see the Aquatop on the bottom down there if you want. And again, it's all aluminum. This is the one of the system 60, so our MIDI. And you can see inside we have the same technology that we have on the Planet Pro. The strips are interchangeable. We have NFC, Wi-Fi, everything. Just hold it and see what it is.
So this is all mounted to an aluminum heat sink here, right?
Yes, yes.
Is this ducted then, or?
What does it mean, ducted?
Where's the air flowing through?
Oh, from here, sorry, from here to there. Yes.
So it's getting...
Yes, getting inside. There is a double chamber inside here.
Excellent.
So no connection with the electronic. No connection with electronic.
Fantastic.
This is the Wi-Fi dongle that you can connect to every light. And it's, let's say, you can switch on and off your light or control everything of your light through every device. So we have application not yet for Windows Phone, but for instance we have application for Android. So let's see. So now I am connected to this tank, the system 160, and then you have this little app here that can help you to control the light.
That looks pretty easy.
And then there you can just switch it up and down. You see.
It's about time everybody has an app for their phone.
Yeah, that's the way now. People are demanding for these things, so we have made the app for the Android phones. We have the app on the iPad there, the similar app. We have it on the PC. You know, in this booth, every tank is controlled via Wi-Fi. This is open, everybody with the app can control. All the other are controlled from here, so I can switch on each of the tank here and control the light, everything.
I got one more question for you. Can you tell us about your Osmo controller, the auto top-off? Because I don't think this one gets enough attention. I've been using it a lot lately. And
you like it?
Yeah, you know what I like personally is, first, it's never failed on me, which is important, but I also like how low profile it is. A lot of them are requiring huge float switches or wires all over, and yours has this nice little probe that's really low profile.
The Osmo controller is called like that because with it you want to keep the salinity of your aquarium, not the level of the water. And 1 millimeter of level can change the salinity on small tank. Not on big one, but on very small tank, it can change a lot the salinity. This one, if this probe catches even fluctuation of the level by half than 1 millimeter, so really tiny, and this is very important. Apart from the fact that inside it has a microprocessor, so it is intelligent enough to avoid to spill the water on the floor, let's say. So there is a little electronic on the back. But the most important thing is that it keeps the level absolutely perfect, and then the salinity of especially small tank. Of course, on big tank you have not the same problem, but in any case 1 centimeter of change that you normally have on floating switch can change a lot the salinity in the tank. This, you don't have that problem. Then you have a little button here, manual, that you can use it like a normal pump to take the water from your canister when you do water changes. And you have to program nothing.
Well, excellent, man. I really appreciate your time today.
Thanks a lot
this is
to have visited us.
Thank you.
Okay, and thanks to all your customers and all the people that will look this video. Thanks a lot.